It's all facts that the first 100K is the hardest to make because you have to fund the account heavy with your own capital. It took me 3 years to build a 100K portfolio. And the part I'm most impressed about is that we did it the right way. You know, we did it the Tycoon way. One thing about me is I hate wasting time, I hate wasting money, and I hate wasting energy. So when you do it the right way the first time, you chilling. That's it. So let's dive into it. See. Quick disclaimer, don't cheat yourself out of building generational wealth by rushing into investing, okay? Most people are thinking money and they're actually creating a lot more money problems than they're solving. So don't cheat yourself out of it. If you have $0 saved, you should not be investing. If you have $1,000 saved, you should not be investing. How are you gonna go chase money when you're ignoring your basic fundamental needs? If you don't understand the stock market, human psychology, economics, you're gonna mess up everything for yourself, all right? So the most important thing to do is invest in your financial literacy and money management first, and also saving simultaneously. That comes before everything else. Based on the content and the work that we do, we try to protect people from things that they don't know or don't know yet or don't understand. But most of the time, people want to learn the hard way. So life has to smack in a different way for people to really understand it. And oftentimes, it's after you done wasted so much time, money, energy, then you got to reset, restart. You can easily avoid it, trust me. And you're not missing out on anything. The first thing I did in my journey to build a 100K portfolio is know thyself. You must know yourself. So I know myself, I know my dreams, I know my goals. I submitted to them a long time ago. Knowing yourself will make you more successful than anything else anybody tell you or anybody show you, all right? I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know my pros and cons. I'm very self-aware. I know my emotional intelligence level, and I know my circle of competence. Everybody's falling into the hype, and how are you gonna build something or have a plan to build something amazing if you don't know who you are? Like, you're building it for you, your future, your family, everybody else you come in contact with, but you don't know who you are. So how is that even gonna work? If you guys been following us for a while, you already know that I am debt free. So I focused on being debt free and savings first. So with that being said, the second major step is budgeting. Budgeting is key. I don't care who you are, you need a budget. Everyone would tell you to go invest, so you just go rushing right into investments, buying stocks. The problem is, if your cash flow is trash, chances are your investments is going to turn out that way, or it's going to take you 3 times as long to finally make progress that you want to see. We also teach people to buy the dip. Now, how are you going to buy the dip if you don't have good cash flow? You're letting arrogance and emotions and FOMO lead you to buying riskier assets, and you don't even know the CEO or who runs that company. So now when it goes on sale, you're asked out. That's why having an emergency fund is important. That's why having cash reserves is important, okay? If you invest every single penny you make, well, whenever everything goes on sale, you cannot afford to buy anything. I mean, the only thing worse than that is buying trash businesses that you think is going to do well in the long term because you somehow have the crystal ball and you can see through the future, and you continue buying it, right? And when it dips down, you continue buying more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years comes by and you realize, yo, you've been spending too much money, too much time, too much energy in a business that is going out of business or has been lying or, have a lot of challenges that they're not going to be able to meet. So your money's not protected. Not only that, it's not even going to grow. One of the key things in building this 100K portfolio was the fact that I didn't listen to the media, social media, fake gurus. I didn't listen to the news. I didn't listen to the hype. In fact, I started investing before people even started talking about investing. You might be skeptical right now because there's a lot of news and activity going on. And yeah, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But the sooner you get over that skepticism, you learn to take advantage of time, your money, and everything else so you can create that money printing machine. Yeah. When you learn it properly, there's very little risk, all right? So if you're skeptical about investing, but you're not skeptical about your poor money management, your spending habits, the fact that you don't have a budget or direction that you're going in, you have to take on a bunch of loans, student loans, credit card loans, car notes, all these other things. And your family may not come from a financial background, so you never learn financial literacy or money management growing up. If you don't think those things are not skeptical, but you're worried about the one or few things that's actually going to put money back in your pocket, it's that time to really get going. If you don't think a budget is important and you don't get to the point where you can utilize that tool, you're in for big trouble. Because guess what? Jay-Z has a budget. Warren Buffett has a budget. Amazon have a budget. Apple has a budget. The state has a budget. The government has a budget. You somehow think you're the only one that don't need a budget, okay? Everybody needs a budget. Why? Because the budget lets you know where your money is going. Most people ask them where their money went last month. They can't even tell you. Back of your mind, you're thinking investing is risky. Well, everybody that's successful and wealthy that you look up to, they invested their money. And at the end of the day, it does take money to make money. All right. Because you don't have much or don't have any is the main reason why you should want to invest money so you can have some. I also surrounded myself with like-minded people on the similar journey that I was on, or those that are at my future destination that I want to be at. All right. I stopped listening to people that are not financially versed, people that don't understand how money works when it comes to my financial growth. So in doing that, even when hanging out or creating a network with people that are in the investment field, if their reason for investing is money, I quickly remove myself because I never started investing because of money. All right. That's why we teach investing based on life and never on money. In addition to that, I've done my research, my homework. I've read hundreds and hundreds of books, and I've spent time and energy into mastering my craft. And that is the result and the value that you guys see today. I learned from the tycoons in this space that's winning, that's doing things the right way for the right reasons. The problem now is everybody has a social media platform, so everybody's a guru. Everybody's just learning from anybody. That's a recipe for disaster. Why? Because 90% of your active managers and traders are not beating your passive investor over a long-term stretch. All right. So if 90% not winning, where do you think most people are learning their information from? From the 90% that's not winning. I learned to invest in the way that I virtually can't lose. I own everything that you spend your money on, and I don't spend much time thinking about money at all. I spend time doing this, helping other people, running the business on our platforms, and educating others and living life. That's better than working for money. We already trade enough time. Why trade more? Another thing that I did was I stopped buying luxuries and liabilities, and instead I invested that money in myself and invested in assets, primarily stock market, because it's the easiest and the best, most autopilot way to actually do well financially. And honestly, no amount of food, luxuries, materials is going to give me the joy, the freedom, the happiness that I have now and the life that I'm living now. All those other things just icing on the cake. I also picked up multiple jobs so I can improve my income, improve my cash flow so that I can have more money to invest in the brokerage account. The more money you inject into the brokerage account, the more and the faster the money grows. Everybody is trying to turn $1,000 into $100,000, and that's not a good philosophy or strategy to go by, especially in stock market investing. I don't know, somewhere else it might work, but here, I cannot forget about asset allocation. All right, that's a big key component to building a strong tycoon portfolio. Okay, I learned this very, very well early on because I was never in a rush. I did not rush the foundation process. So no single company in my portfolio right now holds too much weight to where it affects the entire swing of the portfolio. Therefore, I can actually take advantage of the dips and correction better than others, because if you have a company that holds 50%, that's a problem. If they're down 50%, well, your portfolio down 25% already. That's a big issue. The issue is even when they're down, you want to buy more. But if you buy more, now the weight becomes bigger. And then when it recovers, now instead of it being 50%, now it's like 60 to 70%. And that ain't good. No single company is good in that situation. I invested consistently for the long term, and that's a secret that everybody's been searching for. You are going to be shocked to see how fast and how much it can grow in the short term, even by that strategy. Now, imagine what the long term really looks like, different. Don't let these fake people fool you. If you're not investing in yourself and your education and you're just buying stocks, you're not investing. That's how we build a 100K portfolio in 3 years, by utilizing all these skills and tools the right way for the right reasons. I haven't looked back ever since, and I've been spending time helping others design their tycoon journey so they can live that tycoon lifestyle that they deserve. So if you need help, if you need guidance, feel free. You can reach us in our DMs. Our website is available as well, blacktycoontalk.com, on all platforms. And we opened up our one-on-one coaching at the beginning of this year. And since January 1st, 2021, we are at 40 clients and counting in our Tycoon Academy community. So yeah, have a beautiful weekend. Shit.